Very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha Television. I am Aishwarya Kapoor with you. Well, Pakistan's ISI may be behind the Kanpur train mishap. Now, Bihar police has claimed this and it has also sought a probe by the IB and RAW. All the details on that big story and much more in this bulletin, starting with the headlines. Last year, filing of nominations in Punjab and Goa. Formal announcement on a Samajwadi Party-Congress alliance in Uttar Pradesh likely today. RBI Governor to brief a Parliamentary Panel on demonetization impact and steps taken to ease cash crunch. Congress to gherao RBI officers across the country to protest note ban. Two dead in violent protests in South 24 Parganas in West Bengal. Villagers protesting alleged forced land acquisition for construction of a power grid substation. Nigerian Air Force bombs a refugee camp by mistake. More than 100 killed and several aid workers wounded. And Barack Obama commutes the sentence of Chelsea Manning serving 35 years for biggest breach of classified materials in US history. Republicans call the decision outrageous. First up, news on all the elections in 5 states. Well, a team of Election Commission officials headed by Chief Election Commissioner Naseem Zaidi will be in Dehradun today to review poll preparedness in Uttarakhand. Well, during their 2-day visit, the CEC and ECs will meet administration in charge and the officers for the enforcement agencies. The commission will also meet representatives of political parties. Well, the state will have a single phase of polling on 15th of February. On to news from Uttar Pradesh. Well, a formal announcement on a Samajwadi Party-Congress alliance in the state is likely today. Now, Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav and Congress in charge of Uttar Pradesh, Ghulam Nabi Azad, confirmed that the alliance is in the offing on Tuesday. But the declaration comes a day after the Election Commission granted the cycle symbol to the Akhilesh-led Samajwadi Party faction. Meanwhile, in a related development, Samajwadi Party's Ram Gopal Yadav filed a caveat in the Supreme Court, which has said that the court should not pass any order on the matter of the party symbol without hearing Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav's group.
A day after he was acknowledged as the true claimant of the Samajwadi Party's bicycle symbol, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav announced that an alliance with the Congress will be formalized soon. He also clarified that he'll take Samajwadi Party patriarch Mulayam Singh Yadav along in every decision of the party. Late on Monday night, Akhilesh met his father and tweeted 3 pictures of them together with the message, "Cycle chalti jayegi, aage badhti jayegi." Meanwhile, ending all speculation, Congress leader Ghulam Nabi Azad confirmed that his party will fight the Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections under the leadership of Akhilesh Yadav.
At the moment, at this point of time, I am just confirming that the alliance between Samajwadi Party under the leadership of Mr. Akhilesh Singh and Congress Party is going to be there.
With Western UP going to polls in the first 2 phases on February 11th and 15th, both parties will now have to race against time to finalize seat sharing arrangements. Mulayam Singh Yadav is also believed to have given Akhilesh a list of 38 candidates that excludes his younger brother, Shivpal Singh. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, let's listen into more political reactions on the SP Congress alliance in Uttar Pradesh.
CM candidature, naturally, if 2 parties have come together and they both had different CM candidates, you can't have two candidates as CM. So I would like to gracefully withdraw from it. The biggest beneficiary will be UP itself, because we would be in a position to defeat communal forces, and I don't think the people by and large of Uttar Pradesh wants communal forces to be there.
गठबंधन हो के ना हो, भारतीय जनता पार्टी बाकी दलों से कहीं आगे है। विकास के एजेंडा को लेकर के, भारत की प्रभुसत्ता को लेकर के, उत्तर प्रदेश को भ्रष्टाचार से मुक्त कराने के एजेंडा को लेकर के भारतीय जनता पार्टी ही बाकी दलों की अपेक्षा लोगों को वो सब इस समय उपलब्ध करवा सकती है।
कांग्रेस और समाजवादी से मिल गए, कोई बड़ा न्यूज है क्या, नया न्यूज है क्या? स्वाभाविक है, इट्स ए नेचुरल अलायंस ऑफ द पीपल हु आर रिजेक्टेड एंड डिजेक्टेड एंड वी मेड ए न्यू कॉम्बिनेशन।
और वेंकैया नायडू ने कहा है कि कांग्रेस और समाजवादी पार्टी का अलायंस है वो रिजेक्टेड लोगों का अलायंस होगा अगर होगा तो।
ये वेंकैया की मानसिकता है, अब उनकी दूसरे की बात हम क्या करें।
I think both are politically bankrupt parties. They have cheated the people of the country. Congress is responsible for all the corruption of this country.
Meanwhile, the BJP has filed a complaint with the Election Commission against the Congress over remarks made by Rahul Gandhi. Well, the BJP has sought a freezing of the Congress's party symbol and derecognition of the party. Well, the party has alleged that Rahul Gandhi violated the Model Code of Conduct during the Jan Vedna Sammelan that was held on 11th of January by linking the party's symbol, the hand, with various religious figures. Well, a BJP delegation of Union Ministers Prakash Javadekar, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi and various office bearers lodged a complaint at the Election Commission on Tuesday. Well, the party has accused the Congress of raising communal tension and seeking votes on the basis of religion. Meanwhile, reacting to the BJP's complaint, Rahul Gandhi took to Twitter and asked the BJP not to be scared.
कांग्रेस पार्टी के राहुल गांधी ने जिस तरह का बयान दिया वो शुद्ध रूप से पूरे के पूरे चुनाव में सांप्रदायिक फिजा घोलने की, सांप्रदायिक हवा घोलने की साजिश और षड्यंत्र है। और हमने मांग की है कि चुनाव आयोग इस पे तत्काल, जहां पर एक तरफ ये करप्ट प्रैक्टिसेस का केस बनता है, वहीं दूसरी ओर स्पष्ट रूप से आदर्श चुनाव आचार संहिता का भी उल्लंघन है और इस पे चुनाव आयोग को कड़े से कड़े कदम और कार्रवाई की जाती।
ये मजहब का भी अपमान है, मजहब का उपयोग है राजनीति के लिए और महापुरुषों का अपमान है और इसलिए इस पर कड़ी कार्रवाई की हमने मांग की है।
On to news from poll-bound Punjab now. Well, the Congress chief of the state, Amrinder Singh, was among the 573 candidates who filed nominations on the penultimate day of filing papers for the state assembly elections on Tuesday. Well, he filed his papers from the Patiala Assembly constituency, and today he will be filing the nominations from Lambi, where he has taken on a direct fight with the Chief Minister Parganas Singh Badal. Well, Amrinder Singh said that it will be his last election. Well, the latest entrant to the Congress, Navjot Singh Sidhu, also kick-started his campaign for the Congress party from Amritsar. He will file his nominations from Amritsar East today.
For Punjab will include a high-stakes tussle for the Lambi constituency, where the Congress party chief is putting himself up against Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal. Captain Amrinder Singh is calling it his last election and says he is confident of beating Badal on his home turf.
मैं इथों सियासी जीवन अपना शुरू किया सी और इथों ही खत्म करूंगा। मेरी लास्ट इलेक्शन है, उत्थे मैं उहदे बंदा बनाना उन्हों, बस इन्ना फर्क है। वो जेड़ा बंदे ने लुट लिया पंजाब, जेड़े बंदे ने तबाह करता पंजाब, उन्होंने सबक सिखाना पड़ा।
The former Punjab Chief Minister is also fighting from the Patiala constituency, where he is up against the former Army Chief General J.J. Singh, who is contesting on a Shiromani Akali Dal ticket. Asked about who is the chief ministerial face of his party, Amrinder Singh says the Congress president will decide the issue.
Sir, CM candidate हैगे मतलब as a
I don't know. That is Congress president का decision. I am actually sometimes very surprised. We have had Field Marshal Karyappa, we have had General Sharinagesh as our chiefs, we have had General Timaya as our chief, Field Marshal Manekshaw, फिर आगे J.J. Singh थे। कित्थे जा रही है फौज साडी, कित्थे जा रहा है मुल्क?
I grew up here. My roots are here. My ancestors came here. My maternal parents' house is still here, which is my permanent residence, as I've given in my books. And therefore, he says, I have nothing to do with this place. I think he doesn't know anything of Patiala himself. How long has he spent? He studied in Doon School and other schools outside. He did not stay in Patiala. He also has stayed more outside in Delhi and other places, Dubai, London and other places than here. So he has no right to say that I don't know much about Patiala.
New Congress entrant Navjot Singh Sidhu also kick-started his campaign with a roadshow in Amritsar. The former BJP MP once again attacked the ruling party and the Badal family.
पीरां दी इस पवित्र धरती ते सच हक ते धर्म दी स्थापना करनी है, दुष्टां दा विनाश करना। ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਗਲਾਮਾ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਝੰਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਹੱਕ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਾ ਹੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਲੜਾਈ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਤਾਉਣਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੂੰ ਹੈ ਹਰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨੂੰ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਅਤ ਨੂੰ ਹੈ ਆਪਸੀ ਭਾਈਚਾਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਹੈ ਏਕਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ ਇਕੱਠੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਜੇ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ ਇਕੱਠੀ ਹੋਗੀ ਕਿਸੁੰਨ ਬਣ ਗਈ ਸਮਝ ਲਓ
Wednesday is the last day for filing nominations in Punjab. The state goes to elections for the 117 assembly seats on February 4th. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
That was our special segment on elections, and right now we'll take a very short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay with us.
Down the ages, jewellery has been the pride of the Indian culture. In the Harappan period, it attained perfection in flattened gold bands. From the Mauryan period came the exquisite gold brooches. Many ornaments were an extension of religious practices, like the Gauri Shankaram Rudraksh necklace worn by the temple priest. Rings with lids preserved the taweez that held secret messages and sometimes even poison. The sacred relics of Buddha were unearthed in Piprava in Uttar Pradesh. Buddhist monks from all over the world visit the National Museum to pay their respects. These charred bone fragments of Buddha are housed in the gold canopy gifted by the royal family of Thailand.
Welcome back. News on demonetization now. Well, RBI Governor Urjit Patel will brief a parliamentary panel on demonetization today. Well, Urjit Patel is expected to explain the impact of note ban on the economy and the steps taken by the RBI to deal with the cash crunch. Now, representatives of the Finance Ministry and representatives of banks, including the State Bank of India, are scheduled to be present at the meeting. Well, the parliamentary panel is headed by the Congress leader and former Union Minister Veerappa Moily. Meanwhile, hitting out the centre for its failure to restore money supply, now post-demonetization, the Congress party has said that it will gherao the Reserve Bank of India in Delhi and 25 of its offices across the country today. The gherao will be led by senior party leaders, including AICC General Secretaries, CWC members, PCC presidents, as well as the CLP leaders. Now, Deputy Leader of the party in Rajya Sabha, Anand Sharma, will lead the protest in Delhi, while the party's chief spokesperson Randeep Surjewala will do the same at the RBI headquarters in Mumbai. Indian National Trade Union Congress Chief N. Sajiva Reddy will lead the protest in Kolkata, while former Home Minister Sushil Kumar Shinde will do so in Ahmedabad. Well, a decision in this matter was taken by the party at the Jan Vedana Sammelan, which was presided by Party Vice President Rahul Gandhi last week.
Considering the insurmountable loss to the economy, job losses across the country, loss in businesses and trades, Congress Party, as pointed out by Congress Vice President Shri Rahul Gandhi on the 11th of January in the Jan Vedana Sammelan, has decided to gherao the RBI offices across India, demanding a fixation of responsibility for mess of demonetization, demanding immediate withdrawal of restrictions for people to withdraw their own hard-earned money from their bank accounts, as also demanding that the fiscal autonomy of a great institution like Reserve Bank of India, which is currently being held captive by Modi government, be restored.
However, some good news for India, where Indian economy has been projected to grow by 7.7% in fiscal 2017. While the United Nations World Economic Situation and Prospect, or the WESP 2017 report, has claimed that Indian economy is projected to grow by 7.7% in fiscal 2017 and 7.6% in 2018, benefiting from strong private consumption. Well, the report says in India, investment demand is expected to slightly pick up, helped by monetary easing, government efforts towards infrastructure investments and public-private partnerships, and the implementation of domestic reforms such as the introduction of the Goods and Services Tax Bill. It added that the GST reform constitutes a major change by establishing a new uniform tax rate. Well, this report comes just a day after the International Monetary Fund had cut India's growth rate for the current fiscal year to 6.6% from its previous estimate of 7.6% due to demonetization. And the World Bank also had deaccelerated India's GDP growth to 7% from its previous estimate of 7.6%, citing the impact of demonetization. On to some other news now. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday asked Pakistan to stay away from terror activities if it wants good relations with India. Well, he was speaking at the inauguration of the second edition of the Raisina Dialogue, where he talked of the importance of security and his dream of a well-integrated neighborhood. Now, referring to the Sino-Indian ties, the Prime Minister said that it was not unnatural for two large neighbours to have some differences, but both sides should show sensitivity and respect for each other's core concerns and interests. On ties with Pakistan, Modi also said that the path of peace has to be Pakistan's journey as well, and that India's stand in delinking terrorism from religion and rejecting artificial distinction between good and bad terrorism are now a global talking point.
My vision for our neighborhood puts a premium on peaceful and harmonious ties with entire South Asia. That vision had led me to invite leaders of all SAARC nations, including Pakistan, for my swearing in. For this vision, I had also traveled to Lahore. But India alone cannot walk the path of peace. It also has to be Pakistan's journey to make. Pakistan must walk away from terror if it wants to work towards dialogue with India.
News from West Bengal now. Well, 2 people have been killed in alleged firing by the police in the South 24 Parganas district of West Bengal. Well, clashes broke out between police and villagers who were opposing the construction of a power grid substation in the Bhagor area of the district. Now, villagers blocked roads and damaged police vehicles, alleging that their land was being forcibly acquired for construction of the substation. Now, police lathi charged and used tear gas to disperse the crowd, but denied firing at the protesters. Earlier, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee declared that the project has been stopped. She tweeted saying that no land will be acquired if people do not want to give it away. She also added that the proposed power grid will be relocated if required. Well, the TMC later removed the tweet and said that it should be ignored. Meanwhile, the role of Pakistan's ISI in the recent train disaster in Kanpur is now being suspected. Well, this comes after the Bihar police arrested 3 people who claimed that they were working for the Pakistani intelligence agency to target Indian railways. Remember, 150 people were killed and dozens were injured during the 20th of November train disaster. Well, during the interrogation, the police also claimed that the trio confessed to having been paid 3 lakh rupees each for planting a bomb on the railway tracks in Bihar on 1st of October last year to cause an accident. Well, the police added that the suspects are involved in more than a dozen criminal cases. Police further said that they might be connected with the Kanpur train accident, as they were given multiple targets by their handlers to cause a derailment of trains by planting explosives. Well, the Railway Ministry has sought the details of the probe report.
जो अन्य खुफिया एजेंसी उनसे हम लोग मदद ले रहे हैं। इसमें सीमा पार के जो कुछ जो एजेंसियां हैं, इसके अंदर में संलिप्तता सामने आई है, तो उस संबंध में जो है सभी मामले जो है अभी अनुसंधान अंतर्गत हैं, जिस पर आगे अनुसंधान किया जाएगा और जो संपूर्ण मामला जो है इसके जो अन्य से जुड़े हुए मामले हैं उस संबंध में भी जो है आगे अनुसंधान करके उसका भी उत्पेदन किया जाएगा.
All right, let's get to the weather update. And the cold wave has tightened its grip across parts of North India, with most of Himachal Pradesh and the Kashmir Valley receiving snowfall and rain. In the national capital, the minimum temperature settled at 6 degrees Celsius on Tuesday. Many trains are running late due to the dense fog. The Met Office has forecast cloudy skies for today, while the maximum and the minimum temperatures are likely to hover around 18 and 5 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, the Kashmir Valley remains cut off from the rest of the country as intermittent snowfall continues for the third day today, hampering efforts to restore the Srinagar-Jammu National Highway. Flight services have also been hit. All the stranded vehicles have been moved to the safer places along the highway. Meanwhile, Kashmir University also suspended classes till 29th of January, besides postponing the examinations that have been scheduled for the next 2 days. In Himachal Pradesh, biting cold wave conditions further intensified as mercury dropped by a few notches and high-altitude areas froze under the sub-zero temperatures. 2 tourists from Delhi who had come to Shimla to enjoy the snow died yesterday. Now, the Met Department has predicted more snowfall and rain in the next 24 hours. Meanwhile, cold wave conditions also further continue in Odisha, Rajasthan, Punjab and Haryana as well. Bhubaneswar recorded a minimum temperature of 13.4 degrees Celsius, while Churu in Rajasthan recorded a low of 0.8 degrees Celsius. Now, Haryana government has also extended the holidays in all government and private primary schools in the state by 2 days.
कल से शाम से बर्फबारी हो रही है और रास्ता बंद है और हमारे यहाँ पर जो बफरियाज और सुरनकोट की तरफ जाती है रोड ये बंद है बिल्कुल और बिजली के खंभे गिर चुके हैं. हमारी कल से लाइट भी बंद है.
ये बर्फ गिरने से हमारा लेह में खासकर किसानों बहुत खुश मौका महसूस हो रहा है कि पहले यहाँ भी 2 3 बार हमने पूजा किया कि यहाँ बर्फ नहीं गिरा है. आज हमारा पूरा किसान बहुत खुश है कि आज लेह में बर्फ गिर रहा है.
फर्स्ट टाइम हमने स्नो गिरता हुआ देखा है. ये बिल्कुल एकदम आउट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड एक्सपीरियंस है. देख रहे हैं कि डल लेक भी जम गई है और चारों तरफ सब कुछ सफ़ेद सफ़ेद हो रखा है. पेड़ों पर बिल्कुल एकदम बर्फ फ्लावर की तरह टंगा हुआ है और रास्ते में भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा वाइट कारपेट की तरह बिछा हुआ है. तो ये आउट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड एक्सपीरियंस है. हमें तो यहाँ कर बहुत अच्छा लगा.
विंड्स हैं, नॉर्थ वेस्टर्ली विंड्स आ रही हैं जो हमारे मैदानी क्षेत्रों में आ रही हैं, जो कि राजस्थान में पहुंच रही हैं, पंजाब, हरियाणा और यूपी तक कवर कर रही हैं. इसकी वजह से जो बर्फीली हवाएं हैं वो हमारे रीजन में पहुंच रही हैं और टेम्परेचर में गिरावट हुई है. जो आप जिसे आप बोल रहे हैं कि कोल्ड वेव कंडीशन चल रही है वो फॉर्म हुई है. तो तापमान में गिरावट उन हवाओं की वजह से हुई है जो कि आपकी बर्फबारी की वजह से पहाड़ी एरिया से आ रही हैं.
And right now we'll take a very short break. Up next we have all the international and sports news. Stay with us.
The splendid, grand and massive neo-Buddhist copper dome of the Rashtrapati Bhavan. It gets its influence from stupa at Sanchi. The dome is more than twice the height of the rest of the building. The reinforced concrete shell of the outer dome began to be formed during the beginning of 1929. The last stone of the dome was laid on April 6, 1929.
Well, thanks for staying with us. Well, any mistake by any military can be catastrophic. On Tuesday, the Nigerian Air Force, on a mission against Boko Haram extremists, mistakenly bombarded a refugee camp in northeastern Borno state. At least 100 people, including aid workers, are among those killed.
Late morning today, we received reports of the gathering of Boko Haram terrorists around somewhere in Calabar local government area of Borno State. We got the coordinates and I directed that the air should go to address the problem. Unfortunately, the strike was conducted, that it turned out that the locals somewhere in Iran were affected. These are results of the fog of war. It's unfortunate.
We are speaking about a location that was really hard to reach, where people for more than 6 months could not access basic already assistance, where population was really in a very bad situation with also extremely severe acute malnutrition on spots. And now on top of that, now we have these mass casualties with these massive, casualties due to a direct bombing of a highly populated area. So it's really like the worst you can imagine in terms of situation.
News from the US now, and President Barack Obama has commuted the sentence of former military intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning. Now, she was behind the biggest breach of classified materials in US history. Now, Manning was convicted of stealing and disseminating 750,000 pages of documents and videos to WikiLeaks, while the material which WikiLeaks published in 2010 included a classified video of a US helicopter attacking civilians and journalists in Iraq in 2007. Well, labelled a collateral murder, the film drew criticism from human rights activists. Well, Manning was found guilty of 20 out of 22 possible charges, but was not convicted of the most serious one, aiding the enemy. She was sentenced to serve 35 years in prison in 2013. But her attorney argued that her sentence exceeded international legal norms and that she has twice attempted suicide. Well, with the presidential commutation, the 29-year-old transgender Manning will now be freed on 17th of May. While WikiLeaks welcomed Obama's decision on social media, Republican Senator John McCain said that the president's decision was a grave mistake. House Speaker Paul Ryan also called the decision as outrageous. No, Obama has now granted more commutations than any president in the nation's history. And British Prime Minister Theresa May has set out 12 negotiating objectives for Brexit. Well, in her address at the Lancaster House to senior officials working on Brexit and representatives from around the world, May said that the UK will be leaving the EU single market within 2 years. She, however, added that the implementation of the deal will be phased to avoid a cliff edge. She also revealed that talks on new trade deals with countries like India are in the works. She added that the UK would pursue a fresh tariff-free trade agreement with the EU. Her 12 objectives broadly covered the aspects of certainty, control over own laws, strengthening the union, maintaining the common travel area with Ireland, control of immigration, among others. Well, that's all in this edition of news. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.